This is the Samsung Galaxy S22, and it is the latest flagship smartphone in a long line of historical devices. No!
The Samsung Galaxy S22, the latest of Samsung's flagships, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it can't be that good, right? It's not an iPhone. Hi, I'm Dzamira, and I have spent a few weeks with the Samsung Galaxy S22. Now, here's the thing. I'm an iPhone user, the typical run-of-the-mill iPhone user. And when I want to buy a new phone, I don't even think about it. I'll just buy the new iPhone, whether or not I can afford it. I'm knee-deep into the Apple ecosystem, and I'm wildly comfortable with the iPhone line, so it wasn't exactly easy to adapt to an Android phone. But I got curious. There are people in the office that swear by Androids. They like to boast that they can do all sorts of things with the devices. So what am I missing by using an iPhone? The Samsung Galaxy S22 is extremely pretty. The screen covers basically the entire front of the phone and wastes no space. And the glass back has a matte finish, but its edges are surprisingly slippery. Compare that to the iPhone 13's more matte edges. It seems like a small flaw, but it can be almost fatal. See that? That happened not even 2 days after I started trying it out. Thankfully, Samsung let us borrow another one. I wouldn't use the phone without a phone case and a screen protector, very much like how I would use the iPhone. Sure, it's slippery and so small that it gets lost in my bag all the time, but if we look at the measurements, it's only slightly smaller than the iPhone 13. But somehow, it's a lot easier to handle, and I think that it's the perfect phone size. It can even easily fit in my small woman pockets. Basically, it's a little dainty, but it's a damn good looking phone. When it comes to actually using the S22, I imagine that it will be terribly difficult to adapt after having Apple blinders on for years. Android phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S22, pride themselves on customizability, something that's a lot harder for iPhones. You're able to change themes super easily, which I genuinely enjoyed. This is what I think the iPhone needs. Why can't I make the iPhone show me cat-themed buttons and downloadable girly wallpapers? Okay, technically, you can do it, but...
Additional step. Just we're gonna hit the share button. We're going to add to home screen, and now here's where the magic happens. So here's where I give it the shortcut name, which will be the label on my phone. So maybe I don't like camera. Maybe I want this to say photography.
And the amount of choices on the S22, they don't stop there. You can choose where to place widgets, add an edge panel, choose from many different unlocking varieties, pick out how you want your notification shown, pick this, pick that, pick all other variations. It's just too many options. Every single option I was given drained me. I don't care where I put my icons. I don't care about widgets. Yes, the iPhone is too simple. It would be nice to have a bit more customizability to the phone. Androids, on the other hand, is stuffed with way too many options, with zero hand-holding, and it can be overwhelming. I need to also be frank. I'm also so not used to an Android phone that I had some trouble trying to pick up a phone call. I had to learn the hard way that you're supposed to hold and sort of pull it to answer. I accidentally missed a few phone calls because I didn't know that I had to do that. Despite the difficulty, there are some features that I find pretty neat. So Bixby, Samsung's voice assistant, might not be too useful to me, but it has a really good beatbox. Let me show you. Hey Bixby, can you beatbox for me, please?
Here's a little something I've been working on.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But look at Siri's lame attempt. Check it out. Hey Siri, can you do a beatbox for me?
I'm here to help. Get to know Siri at apple.com.
Could you do a beatbox for me, please?
Here's one I've been practicing. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. I could do this all day. Cats and boots and cats
Let's
and
not.
boots.
Let's don't do that all day. See? Lame. And for file sharing, Samsung's Nearby Share is like Apple's AirDrop, and it works pretty well when I want to transfer files and photos to other Android phones. But it doesn't work on my Apple ecosystem, and that's a bit pointless. Transferring files from the phone to my laptop quickly now requires me to use a USB-C cable and to download Android file transfer, or go through the cloud. However, I was pleasantly surprised to find out during my time trying to adapt to the S22 is how friggin' great the sound and the screen are. The Samsung Galaxy S22 uses a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 instead of the Exynos chip on previous Galaxy phones. This doesn't mean anything to me, but I can tell you it's fast. Really fast. However, I don't recommend playing high frame rate games like Genshin Impact with it. The phone gets extremely hot extremely easily. Like, even upon loading the game, it gets kinda warm already. And it gets hot when you play videos for too long as well. But still, I don't mind it. I loved playing music videos and playing music with the S22. Probably even more than with the iPhone. It can be extremely loud when you want it to, and the visuals are just stunning. It's got great viewing angles and no problems when I try to watch something under the sun. The screen made whatever I was watching look extremely pretty. The S22 can last me about a day from when I wake up from 8 a.m. to when I go to sleep at about 11 p.m. Its on-screen time is about 3.5 to 4 hours, about the same as my iPhone, and I think it's okay, but Rory tells me that it's on the low side, because apparently I should be expecting 5 to 6 hours for good battery life. Still, I was pleasantly surprised with how much fun I had consuming media with this phone. But it's a totally different story when you actually want to make the media. Specifically, social media. To put this plainly, going from the iPhone 13 to the S22 for social media usage actually sucks. Like, these phones are supposed to be in the same category, right? Then why is posting a nice Instagram story so hard? Posting an Instagram story on my iPhone is something I do very regularly, and I have never stopped to think about how good iPhone users have it. Videos are smooth and going through the app is seamless. When I used a Samsung, however, the app was laggy, sometimes things didn't load well, and no matter how much I tried, videos I posted looked choppy. I tried posting videos from the camera app first as well, still choppy. I asked people for their opinions as well, just so I could make sure that I wasn't imagining things. Surprisingly, more Android users told me that nothing was wrong, but iPhone users could tell the difference. And this wasn't a purely Instagram thing either. Posting on TikTok was equally difficult. When using sounds on TikTok, I found that the end result would usually be a little delayed. Like, the sound would come in a little later than the video. This was never a problem with the iPhone. In the end, I found that I never really posted as much as I used to. That might be a good thing in the long run. But if you're an online content creator, using a Samsung after being so used to an iPhone can be a hindrance to your routine. But that doesn't make any sense. It has to be an app optimization thing, because the S22's camera is pretty good. In fact, it can probably beat the iPhone. Have you seen the S22's low light photos and its zoom feature? Samsung knocked it out of the park. And I think it's because of the S22's 50 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, and the 10 megapixel telephoto camera with 30 times digital zoom. Let's take a look at some photos that I've taken. You know, for some context. Daytime photos look really good, capturing the little details and automatically focusing on something when it recognizes a subject. Nighttime photos are also easy to do. It takes a while to capture and it isn't as snappy as I would like, but the photos came out pretty good. It's impressive that the camera can let me zoom so far. There's even a smaller window on the camera app to show you what exactly you're pointing at. Despite the phone not being great on TikTok, you can basically make TikTok edits easily with the camera's video mode. You're able to pause in the middle of a video, and that's new to me. For selfies, you get a 10 megapixel camera. I don't hate the selfie camera, but I don't like it either. iPhone cameras often show how you look like as you are, but Androids seem to want to give you a little bit of a filter. The S22 gives you that filter, but I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to switch it off. Selfies aside, it's such a shame that it has such a great built-in camera, but I'm not able to show it off on social media. So honestly, what's the point really? I am not gonna lie. As a longtime iPhone user, I've always seen switching to Android as a bit of a downgrade, and that's mostly because of impressions and peer reviews. But that's absolutely not the case. In this case, the thing about Androids are that there are so many different phones at different price points. Samsung has to compete with all of them. Through that competition, they've included many new features that we don't see on the iPhone. Apple, on the other hand, can come off as lazy. Looking at the Galaxy S22's features, I wished that Apple added a few of them to their smartphones. Like, can I at least have an easier way to change my buttons into cute little cats? Some of Samsung's camera features are also a cut above what I've experienced with the iPhone 13, particularly its night camera and zoom. But at the same time, Samsung didn't get it all right either. Those awesome camera features, it's a shame that it's basically useless when it comes to posting stuff quickly on social media. The S22 starting price is 3,499 ringgit, and because of its drawbacks, I'm willing to top up that extra 400 ringgit for an iPhone 13. But if you don't care about social media and you want a fast phone with a good camera and a nice screen, then the S22 is for you. You can even save a bunch of money to buy... Izzy, what can we buy for 400 bucks? You know what, just save that money for a rainy day. Unless you are deeply entrenched in the Apple ecosystem and are more comfortable with the iPhone, then yes, I would stick to the iPhone. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like or dislike the video, it's totally up to you, but let me know in the comments of what you think of this review. Do you want me to review more Androids? I mean, like, I guess I could. Just let me know. Subscribe to Soya Chinchao and follow us on TikTok. All the rest, we'll put the links in the description below. Yeah? And yeah, that's it. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.